At the end of this week's Parsha, Parshas Shlach, we read about the tcheles, this special blue dye that would be contained between the strings of the tzitzis. And this concept of the blue dye is supposed to remind us of God. How? Well, we look at the blue and are reminded of the Yam, the ocean, which then reminds us of the Shemayim, the sky, and that links us with the Kisei Kavod, the throne of glory. But what's interesting, the Kli Yakar says, is that actually it's much deeper. The Yam, the ocean, represents Yiras Hashem, the fear of God. The ocean wants to overflow the banks. It wants to overflow the shore. But the sand, the chol, stops it in place. The tzimtzum, the concealment, the contraction, the gvura, those boundaries that take place with the ocean, that represents the Yiras Hashem, the fear of God, the los ases, those things we should not do. But then we go to the Shemayim, the sky. And the sky is infinite. It's so vast. The colors are so crisp and they're so clear. And that represents the Avas Hashem, the love of God, the love that is so infinite, that's not contained by any boundaries. And we have that synthesis between the ocean, the Yiras Hashem, and the Shemayim, the heavens, the Avas Hashem, the love of God, and that brings us to the Kisei Kavod, the throne of glory. And we have to have a balance of both. But we should be inspired by the tzitzis. And we know that every single tzitzis contains 8 strings and 5 knots, which equal 13, and that's the gematria, the numerical value of Ava, of love. So we should be able to flow from the ocean to the sky to the Kisei Kavod, from Yiras Hashem, Avas Hashem, and ultimately to the divine connection with the throne of glory. Shabbat Shalom.